hot plate.
Jackpot.
Watch out, hot plate.
Do you have any beers? We're out of beers.
Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of the Hot Plate Podcast presented by the Hamlin Pub, where everyone is a regular. Tab, how are we doing?
Good. Great week, of course. Always awesome to watch nonstop college football both football from Saturday, Sunday. So let's first get into a recap of college football together.
A lot of great football this weekend.
Yeah, it was good. And I want to bring up a point where I'm noticing, and it's slowly happening, is Ohio State is just back on track, and they are blowing out everyone.
Yeah, that was a classic Ohio State beatdown that we saw. So maybe TJ Stroud's kind of good.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about this last week of saying how, like, sooner or later they're just going to dominate everyone, and it's going to be all over. And Ohio State's going to win the Big Ten, and it's shaping up to be that way, and it sucks. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up right away is that sucks.
Well, they don't play this week, so we don't have to think about – we can push them aside for a week, keep them out of our minds. I think we got to start with Bama losing. Just a week ago we said they're unstoppable, give them the trophy, and then they lose.
Well, yeah, after we said that, we did say we apologize to Georgia/Alabama fans for jinxing you guys. So welcome.
We did mush that game, so
yeah, we do apologize. Yeah, it is on us. Bama, though, are we really worried?
No, that's just a classic. Like, they didn't give a fuck game. Jim Fisher had to get himself another extension. I keep seeing memes on that. He gets an extension every month.
Yeah, the quarterback whisperer, Jimbo. Yeah, I'm not too worried about them, honestly. I think they'll probably still go on to the SEC championship, and then they'll have to play for the playoff spot now. They won't get in with 2 losses. That's the problem.
Cincy could be still in that spot.
Cincy will be in it, and I'm excited. Yeah, okay. We don't want to jinx them. All right, next one I want to bring up is Michigan State played well again on Saturday. And then Michigan also, a little scare, but we ended up winning. So Michigan State both undefeated. Michigan on a bye this week. Michigan State plays Indiana, which that could be a scare for Michigan State. But what I'm getting into here is Michigan State beats Indiana, and we go on next week, beat Northwestern. Then we go into our game, both undefeated. And that is what I'm really hoping for because that'd be sick. Little stat guy moment here. 2 stat guys. 1 stat guy, 2 stats. Last time we've been undefeated and played each other was 2010. And the last time we both played each other, both top 10, which is currently right now, it was 1964.
Wow.
So a lot of stats coming out of this game if we both show up undefeated, which Michigan hopefully will beat Northwestern. And I think Michigan State will beat Indiana this week.
Michigan State's running back is a dark horse for the Heisman. I think his name's Kenneth Walker III. That guy is insane. He's the only guy on the team that I know. I don't think Lewerke's still their quarterback, but I know that guy's sick. I've watched him a couple times.
No, yeah, he's good. He got hurt a little bit in last game, so that was a little scary. But no, he's good.
Hey, keep
but
him
still,
up for Michigan.
What did we say? Like week 1 or week 2, our Heisman, Matt Corral, is the front runner right now.
Yes. Wow, that guy. Let's talk about that game. Arkansas Ole Miss.
Yeah, going for 2 to win the game, correct?
Ole Miss has the worst defense in the country, I think, at this point. They might be worse than Vandy, but yeah, tough for. I thought Arkansas could have got that, and then the guy threw it. I thought if he threw it right away, they could have got that conversion, but he waited too long. Yeah,
I agree. But Ole Miss having the worst defense in America, they also have one of the best offenses in America, so.
Right.
It's kind of evening out here. Good for them.
How about Texas not back? They fucked me big time this week. For plus 3.5 should have been free money. They scored the first play of the game. They were blowing them out. And then Spencer Rattler, they send him to the bench, and Oklahoma is saved. Spencer Rattler, I think he's like transferred now, so.
Yeah, Rattler's dead. I just still can't believe Texas lost. I remember I was at the bar with some friends, and I just looked up, and they were losing. I was like, wait, what happened? Or it's tied. I'm like, what happened? Over was nice. It's just – it's every tradition.
1,000 points.
Yeah, they score 1,000,000 points in that game every year. That's why I love that game.
Shame on me for not taking the points. I had to bet on a team, of course. And one more college point for me. Penn State should have beat Iowa, but Sean Clifford goes down, and they have the worst backup quarterback in college football.
Oh my God,
so
he was bad.
Yeah, Penn State has zero chance without Clifford being in there, and he's not even.
Yeah. Is he back this week?
Sure.
Yeah, that guy was really bad, that backup. And it was like eye-opening the throws he was making. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, so
they should have won that game.
Two tough losses for me in college football last week, but
we'll bounce back.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good college football review.
Yep.
Let's move on to NFL. And I'll start here, and we all know what happened, but I still think it's hilarious, is the Packers-Bengals missing 5-game winners.
I watched that entire game, and it was just – and of course I had the Packers in that game, and it was just bad on my heart. Just the Packers should have easily covered that game, and it was just brutal to watch. I was just so mad the whole time.
Yeah. The best part was when the Bengals kicker kicked it for the second time, and he started cheering, and this whole team's cheering, and then the Green Bay starts running on the field, and he's like, wait, what happened? It was hilarious.
He's like pointing to the ref like, it went over.
Yeah, it's true. And they're like, no, it clearly didn't. Maybe you should have watched the ball go.
It wasn't even close. If you watch the replay, it wasn't even close.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was looking at.
That was funny. Yeah, that was awesome. Lions.
Steelers big win for me. Had to shut them out every show.
Eagles big win. So not to trump you, but we won as well. That doesn't matter. They both stink.
Definitely all right. Talk about the Lions.
Yeah, we already said they're dead. Lions, they suck, but I literally believe this. I think they're the best 0-5 team of all time. Like
at some point, they have to
win. They have to win. The Ravens, they should have won. They should have won against the Ravens. Again, they should have won against the Vikings. The Vikings come down and score a 30-second field goal. They're up at halftime versus the Packers. They're literally – Dan Campbell's crying.
He's going to die. He's going to die for that team. He's going
to die. He's going to die or he's going to murder the other team so they finally get a win. It's one or the other.
But I think we'll talk about it later, but I think they will win this week.
They have to. Or Dan Campbell, you're right, he's going to commit murder. Okay. You want to talk?
Yeah, big point here. Are the Chiefs bad? I think it's kind of concerning time here. Like they've played five, 6 games. I think it's time to raise some eyebrows about the Chiefs. Their defense, I'd say their defense is probably the worst in football right now. But they have played a tough schedule, so you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But still, just horrible.
No, I agree, and I had this too to talk about like Sunday Night Football is. So it's not the same Chiefs at all, at all right now. And it's mostly because their defense is terrible. And Patrick Mahomes, it's weird when Patrick Mahomes looks bad, he looks really bad because we never see him look bad, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so they lost to the Ravens, then they lost to the Chargers. We're like, oh, it's only 2 games, this and that. But now this is their 3rd game looking very bad. And granted, like you said, it was against the Bills, and Josh Allen is so fucking good, by the way. But it's like now it's the 3rd game. Now they have to figure it out. Like you can't just keep saying, oh, it's the Chiefs, they'll figure it out. No, they're in 3-2 and they're in last place.
Yeah, and they're going to come to face those teams like if they make the playoffs, and they're going to have no chance because we've seen it already this season. So
yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Make the playoffs, honestly.
That's true. I mean, I don't want to say that because once again, it's like, wait, these are the Chiefs. But I don't think I agree with that. Hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully not. I don't really care. Monday Night Football, to finish things off, I'm very convinced Lamar Jackson has like some sort of superpower.
Yeah, I turned that game off. It was like 25-9 Colts. I'm like, okay, Ravens suck.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
That's what I'm saying. He has like some sort of superpower where when they're down by 3 touchdowns, he's allowed to turn into Superman, and he just throws the ball 50 yards on a dime and then runs the ball for 40 more. Like, he is actually insane.
And the Colts just started playing to just not lose the game, which screwed them because they just kind of gave up. So they had no chance.
Well, they also can't play the game to win because they have Carson Wentz at their quarterback, but that's a different story I don't want to get into.
And poor Rodrigo Blankenship, they're sending him out there hurt.
Hey, no, didn't the first field goal when the punter kicked it, didn't he lose his helmet?
I didn't see that. I saw that they trotted out Sanchez and then they called a timeout and Blankenship came running in and that kick got blocked, I think.
Yeah. So someone.
It was
Yeah,
just
that was
a nightmare for the Colts.
Yeah. So Lamar MVP, him or Herbert. I'd rather see Lamar. I'm starting to be a believer in Lamar, and I don't want to.
Tom Brady also in that conversation.
That is true. He threw. What did he throw for 450 yards? 5 touchdowns.
I mean, he's just been lighting it up, and nobody's even paying attention to the Bucs.
That's true. That's true. I mean, that's what happens when you're Tom Brady. All right, cool. You got anything else?
No, I'm all good with the recap.
All right, sweet. All right, now let's get into our picks. First off, college football presented by Ray Leger Design. I'm going to start here we talked about earlier, Bama. Nick Saban's just on probably demon time with this team and probably run until they die. So I'm going to take Bama to just or Miss State, blow them out. I'm going to take Bama minus 17. This is a huge bounce back game for Bama, huge classic Bama that Saban's going to want to hang 70 and show everyone that they're back. So I'll take Bama minus 17.
Yeah, I would not want to be on that Bama team after a loss. That would just be brutal. I like that pick. My first one, we spoke a little bit about it earlier, Michigan State taking minus 4.5 at Indiana. I just think Indiana's bad, and Michigan State's going to run all over them with Walker. So I like that line, minus 4.5.
I agree. Yeah, it's a little trappish there, but
it is on the road. It is on the road, but I think Indiana's proved that they're not very good this year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're not good. And it's a noon kickoff, so there's really no hype behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, next one here. We talked earlier about Matt Corral. He is the Heisman. We are a Matt Corral podcast. Nothing else to say.
Since day one.
Since day one. Ole Miss minus 2 versus Tennessee. Tennessee stinks, and Joe Milton doesn't even start there anymore.
I like this game. When I was looking, the over is like 82. I think
the
total is 82. Yeah, so I think it hits honestly easily because both these teams have really bad defense. Like it could be like a 50-48 game, like the Texas-Oklahoma game.
Yeah, no, you're right. I did see that. That's kind of hilarious. It's funsy bet if you want to get fun.
Yeah. All right, my next one, staying in the Big Ten, Iowa minus 11.5, coming off a big win, and they're playing a horrible Purdue team. I know Iowa doesn't have a great offense, but Purdue might not even score in this game. So I'm gonna take Iowa.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. The over/under once again in that game is like a 41, and it's college football.
Well, and they're probably banking on Iowa to score all those points.
Yeah, exactly. Purdue is bad. Okay, next one here. This is my final one. I'm gonna go back to the boys. I've done it 3 times this year, and this is a tough one for the boys. But I'm gonna go back to them. It's gonna be Kentucky plus 24 against Georgia. Kentucky's undefeated, number 11 in the country. We all know what Georgia is. But Kentucky's defense is pretty good. Not good, not really good. They're pretty good. And Georgia's defense is really good. So what I'm hoping is it's just a defensive showdown. Georgia probably most likely will win this game. But hopefully it's just by like 10, 17 points. Kentucky wins by covers plus 24.
Yeah, I definitely don't see Georgia winning that one. But who knows? Maybe Kentucky can put up a fight. You know what I meant. I don't see Kentucky. Yep.
Yep, there we go.
Georgia's going to win. Yeah. My last pick, Hawaii pretzel. Hawaii, Nevada over 61. I just feel like this game, I've thought about taking Hawaii overs a lot this year, and I feel like this is the one where it's just going to be like both teams in the 40s. So,
is this on the island?
Not on the island, unfortunately.
Good. Because they suck.
Nevada puts up points, and Hawaii's not very good, so who knows?
Yeah. What was it?
I hate the slate for college football, so I was just trying to find something. But it's Hawaii, Nevada over 61.
Okay. All right.
Don't love the board this week, so.
All right. NFL?
Yep. Let's get into NFL, as always, presented by Motor City Electric. My first pick, call me a square if you want. Rams minus 10 versus the Giants. Giants suck. We saw them last week. And who knows who's going to play for them. Saquon's going to be out. So if you really want Devontae Booker to beat the Rams, sure. But I'm going to take the Rams minus 10.
I agree. Yeah, and Daniel Jones is playing what we just found out a little bit ago. All right. Talked about the Lions, best 0-5 team in the world. of all time. And I'm also I'm going to be at this game pick. I will be at the Lions game.
Oh,
So I'm going to take the Lions plus 3.5 against the Bengals. I will be there cheering for you guys if you follow me on this pick. So there you go.
are you gonna sing after every Lions score?
You know it. Forward down the.
Be another game where it's $1 per seat, like we saw with the UConn Vandy game.
Yeah, probably is. Hopefully. Bengals are good, though. I do think the Bengals are pretty good.
Yeah,
But
it's just weird.
Lions
It's weird
are-
considering the Bengals good since they haven't been good in a few years.
Yeah.
My next one, Kansas City, Washington football team over 55.5. Two of the worst defenses in football. And the Chiefs are going to put up points. Obviously, Washington's defense is bad. And Washington's offense isn't that bad. So I think they can probably score like 3 or 4 times. So I think this one was way over.
Yeah, like the Washington, the football team, they've switched. Last year they were really good on defense, bad at offense. Now they're pretty good on offense and terrible on defense.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Like Chase Young has like a half a sack this year.
I know. He hasn't done anything. I like that. Okay, I'll go to Superman here. Chargers, Ravens. I'll take the Ravens -3 at home versus the Chargers. Battle of the MVPs, most likely, unless Tom Brady, which was a good point.
Okay.
So I'll take Ravens -3. I think they are good, but their defense does stink. So this could be a good over pick.
Yeah, so that brings me to my last pick. Chargers, Ravens over 52.
Whoa, look at that! Little alley-oop.
Chargers, yes, thank you for that. Chargers gave up 42 to the Browns last week, and the Ravens' offense is just as good as Cleveland's. Nick Chubb ran all over him, so Lamar's going to do the same thing. And the Ravens' defense hasn't been great this year, so I think the Chargers will put up points also.
Yeah, and the Chargers game, like, hasn't all their games been just like crazy points against Chiefs? It was crazy too.
Yeah, I don't remember what the score was for that one, but the over hit because we took it that day.
Yeah. Okay, last final pick. I'm going to go Cowboys at the Patriots. I'll take the Cowboys -4. Once again, it's too much offense for the Patriots here. Yeah. And the Cowboys are hot, so.
Patriots offense is really bad, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat the Texans last week. Nice.
By 3. They almost lost. Would have lost. Texans punted the ball like 5 yards.
They did a triple fake punt, then they punted it and got blocked.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that was. All right, good. Awesome.
So on to everyone's favorite segment. Back on track. We won last week 4-1. Sorry about the loss. It's not my fault. It's the Mumbai Indians' fault. But last week I had the Braves Brewers under 7. They only scored 3, so you're welcome. This week, a little bit of a fun pick here. Liverpool, this is English Premier League soccer. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, moneyline parlay plus 120. Those 3 teams. And the NFL's in England this weekend too, so maybe that's just tying it in.
Is that at Wembley Stadium? What's it called again?
What, the NFL game, Wembley Stadium?
Yeah, Wembley. Is that where it's at?
Probably.
Oh, all right, whatever. Well, but a little juice and a little more luck there, so
Yeah.
they can't lose. So you guys can take that.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for listening again. We'll be back next week as always. Good luck on all your draft picks or on all your game picks this week. So you guys have a great time. All right, love you guys.
Thanks for listening. Love you guys.